I'm Carla Mardell from Mindset and Mayhem, and today I'm going to facilitate for you a EFT tap about stress. And it can be any type of stress because my taps are really available for you to change them however you want to, right? For you to add in things to personalize it for you. So it's pretty open-ended. Now, if you have an EFT tap before, you're going to want to know where the EFT tapping points are. Now, you can pause the video and go and find one of my other videos about the EFT tapping points, or you can just go in blindly because some kind of tapping, even if you're not accurate, is going to give you a little bit of a result. But if you are time poor, if you do want an efficient tap that really creates change, find out the location of those points either by pausing and going in to see one of my other videos, or fast forwarding to the end where you can get my EFT guide, whether you are a beginning EFT tapper or whether you're an advanced one, of how to really use scripts and utilize them and get more out of them. So the choice is up to you. And choice is yours. Now, moving along, stress is something that EFT works very, very well for. In fact, they have even studied it by measuring the cortisol in saliva, and they found that any EFT tapping reduces the cortisol. It quite often reduces blood pressure and it reduces heartbeat as well. So it's a really great tool to have for stress, which is why I teach it to you, because then you have got it for life. However, this EFT tap is also in such a way that you can personalize this and you can use this to hold space for you sometimes when you don't have the capacity yourself. Let's dive straight into tapping. Just know that while you're tapping on the side of the hand, I'm going to talk, and there's a reason for this, and it's all good. So when you EFT tap, know that feelings might arise. You might get watery eyes. You might get a big emotion that comes up to be cleared. You might yawn. You might feel a little bit of hot or cold, or you might feel kind of like waves of emotion through your body. Just keep tapping. Now, if I ask you to personalize it and to rant or to add how it feels to you, to really just put your 10 cents worth in, and you can't fill that space, just know that thinking about it is actually going to be working through the layers in your subconscious anyway. So we're tapping on the side. Let's begin our tap. Even though I feel so stressed at the moment, I can love and accept myself for feeling this way. Even though my body feels under pressure, I can love and accept myself for creating this feeling. Even though I feel so stressed because, and tell me why, even though I feel so stressed because I've got all this work to do and there's no one to prioritize it and no one helps me out and blah, 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 really go for a rant. Even though I feel so stressed because, have another rant. I can love and accept myself. Top of the head, I feel so much stress. So fingers are wide and we're moving over. I feel so much stress. Stress. Eyebrow, this thing called stress has got me in a grip outside of the eye. This thing called stress is pushing down on me. Under the eye, and I feel stuck because there's all this stress. Under the nose, there's too much to think about. And the chin, and it's causing me to. Now I want you to say what it's causing you to do. Are you snappy at people? It's causing me to. Are you not looking after yourself? Are you not doing your exercise? Are you in a bit of a doom spiral? Are you feeling a bit depressed? Are you feeling anxious? It's causing me to. Tell me what. All this stress right across the collarbone. So this is a collarbone point. We're going right across all the stress. And then under the arms. And I'd like my body to feel at ease. And then eyebrow, but I have all the stress. Side of the eye. And the stress comes from, tell me what it comes from and have a good rant. The stress comes from under the eye, and it feels like, tell me what it feels like in your body. Where do you feel it? It feels like a weight on my chest. It feels like it's squeezing on my scalp. How does it feel in your body? That's just 2 ideas. It feels like, have a bit of a rant. Has it got a color? Under the nose. And I really don't want to feel this way. And then on the chin. But I felt this way before with stress. Collarbones. And I'm ready to release this pattern of stress. And then under the arms, maybe I can choose a different way to see this. Eyebrow point. Maybe I can give myself a break. Outside of the eye. Maybe I can allow myself some space to just be me, to revitalize. Under the eye. Or maybe I can keep the stress and pressure because I work best in it. Because sometimes we do, right? Under the nose. Maybe the stress isn't mine. Maybe it's someone else's. Chin. Maybe there's only so much I can do as a human. I need to get a little bit more real. Collarbones. I am enough. I do enough. Under the armpits, and I'm not superhuman. And then side of the hand. Maybe I can think about this differently. Maybe I can think about it the same. Maybe I can keep my stress. Or maybe I can let it go. Maybe I can be open to finding a different way to operate. Maybe I can change my patterns. Maybe we can make sure that they're our patterns too and not someone else's. Because there's a saying, and it's just because of your disorganization, it does not make it my priority, right? So sometimes that is a really good thing to think about. And if it's relevant for you, you might want to say that. Just because of your disorganization, it does not make it my priority. And I can love and accept myself for being discerning. There we are. Eyebrow, I release the stress. Outside eye, I release the stress. Under the eye, I release the stress. Under the nose, I choose a different way. Chin, I release the stress. Collarbones, I release the stress. Under the arms, I release the stress. Arms wide. Sorry, fingers wide all over the scalp. For the points, you might want to come across the jawbone. It's not a traditional point. And I can love and accept myself. So release the stress. And bringing your hands down, hands on the knees, taking a deep breath in, closing the eyes. And this time I invite you to section your breath into thirds, sipping a third of the breath to the collarbones, allowing them to rise front and back. A third of the breath to the ribcage, feeling it expand. And then drawing a third of the breath down to the lower belly, feeling that expansion in the hips. And then a long exhale through the nose like the ocean. Next inhalation, a third of the breath to the collarbones, expanding through the front and back. A third of the breath into the rib cage. A third of the breath to the lower belly, full breathing apparatus, and an exhale long and slow through the nose, like the ocean or Darth Vader. And last big breath like this, a third across the collarbones, a third to the rib cage, a third to the lower belly. Always work at your own pace, and an exhale. And then take another breath as you wish, and maybe a sigh out. And then when you're ready, blink open your eyes and come back. Just step into how you are feeling your stress, and if you need to, go through the tap again, or if not, may you have mental happiness, may you have physical happiness, and may you go through your day with ease.